So, you've been wanting to make a video for a while now and just haven't been able to get around to it. Well, I've been doing videos for about 7 years now, including a year where I did a Facebook Live video every day for an entire year. Whether you're shooting a short on your phone or a full-scale production with a videographer, it basically comes down to silence, script, and shoot. However, it makes no difference until you address the first S, which is stuck, as in stuck in your head. Let me ask you, since you've been wanting to make a video for a while, what's actually been stopping you? Do you think it's work or family? You just run out of time? Because if it was a doctor's appointment, I guarantee you would probably find time to get it done. I'm gonna say something a bit controversial here. No one wants to make a video. There, I said it. It's true. We all love the idea of sharing our thoughts and changing the world, but when it comes down to actually shooting a video, it's a completely different story. We have to talk about this before we even get into the three-step process. So first things first. What about the fear of age? Some believe that they're too old to start something new, while others think that they're too young to be taken seriously. The truth is if you believe that you're too old, then you are. If you allow yourself to believe you're too young, then that is what you'll believe. Let's just keep in mind, Susan Boyle started her singing career at the age of 48, and Malala Yousafzai became an activist at just the age of 11. So the only question that you should be asking yourself is, do you have something to say? What life experiences do you have, and what problems have you solved for yourself to allow you to move forward? Because somebody else needs to know that. We're all in a single file line, and as you look towards somebody else in front of you that you're trying to get to, there's always gonna be somebody behind you trying to get to the point where you're at. What are you going to say? Well, this one is actually easy. Let me ask you, is this something that you really wanna do? I mean, really have a constant nagging feeling that you could be doing more to communicate, to just share ideas with people in general? Or are you wanting to build a business and you see this as a venue and you see somebody else building their business that way? Which there's actually nothing wrong with, by the way. The point is what is going to keep it alive after you've made your first video? If you're like me and you analyze your thoughts a lot, imagine yourself giving talks to audiences, or even better, maybe you imagine yourself building something and how you would teach somebody to do that, how you handle hard conversations, maybe how to maneuver and articulate or defend yourself either physically or verbally. Whether you're shoeing horses or fighting fires, that's it. You're in, because there's somebody else out there that likes what you like and thinks similarly to you. Let's talk about the fear of judgment. It's only natural to worry about what others might think, but here's a little secret that most people won't tell you. Nobody is watching your stuff right now. The video you're about to make, I hate to tell you, no one is going to be watching it for some time. So even if you're trying to do this to build a business, and you're saying, okay, well then what's the point? Well, stay consistent. Consistently add value to people and eventually they will watch. However, the universe does not revolve around you, and this is actually liberating because it allows you to do whatever it is that you want to do. Also, don't buy into this psychological trick of spotlighting. Spotlighting is a real thing. Paul and O'Connor found that anxiety associated with the fear of judgment can impair one's ability to perform well in various settings, such as public speaking or job interviews. Spotlighting is that feeling that you get when you believe everybody's thinking about you, everybody's looking at you, even worse, everybody's talking about you. That text that you sent without a response, the phone call that went unanswered, probably has nothing to do with you. So now that you're well on your way to overcoming your fears, you're ready for the silence. I'm gonna suggest something to you that I don't even like to get myself to do very often, which is getaway. Plan a getaway. Now, before you go picking up Caribbean brochures and looking up Mai Tai ingredients, I'm more so talking about the seclusion part of getting away. You know that old saying, I do my best thinking in the bathroom? Maybe you've used that one a time or two. Well, there's a reason for it. When you get yourself out of your distractions, your subconscious starts talking. Basically figured out the essential ideas for the video that you're watching while on a 1 hour long walk, working through concepts and analyzing ideas from different points of view. So that way, when I got back and actually started writing the script, I had clear direction. So if it's hard for you to get away, I totally understand. For me, something just about unexpected has to happen for me to detach. Although when I do, ideas just start bubbling up to the surface. A couple of weeks ago, it was absolutely necessary for me to travel to Colorado, so I decided to take advantage. By the way, if you've never ziplined, I highly encourage it. While I was there, I kept having this nagging feeling of you need a channel. It just kept coming back up. And finally I thought, why not? Why not when I get back, just start? When I took myself out of my element and looked back, I just thought, what's the big deal? Why don't you just go ahead and get started? So even if you can't get away, I highly suggest you to find a way to take notes on your thoughts. You could have a whole channel's worth of content just bottled up. So whether it's a whole day away or just a couple of hours, silence is the key. Okay, now that we've decided on what day this is gonna happen, oh, you haven't set a day. Get out of this video, go to your Google Calendar or wherever you schedule things. If you're driving, I'll let you decide whether to pull over or not. Grab your planner, your calendar, whatever. The point is that the more time that you give yourself to actually set a day, the less likely that it will probably happen. All right, so let's talk about that script. Not much is done on video today without words to convey meaning and context. I used to write out my scripts, however, lately I have been using ChatGPT, just type in a topic, and then I use the results as prompts to start writing my script. I copy the results into a note-taking app like Notes for Apple, and then I delete and add back what I would actually say, and copy those results into a teleprompter app like the app called Teleprompter. All right, on to the final S. We're going to actually shoot. Let's pick a spot. For me, I love shooting in my car. Cars are like soundproofed private little rooms where you can close yourself off for 20 to 30 minutes and there's no echo. If you don't have a car, try a closet, preferably somewhere private with good audio that won't create echo. Record at your workplace after hours if you have to. The point is don't let yourself off the hook. Grab your video equipment. Okay, a phone is good enough. In fact, the footage you're watching right now was shot on my 2-year-old iPhone 12, and you probably can't tell the difference. If you're going to invest in any piece of equipment, I highly suggest that be an audio device. If you don't have a phone you can shoot video on, that might actually be a good thing. Maybe start a podcast or a YouTube video using your voice with random B-roll of an ocean or something that you found online. The most important part of your video is the audio, so you can pick up a good wireless mic set for around $200. Just use a simple editing tool like iMovie or CapCut, something free. And if you're using audio only, remember you just made your life so much easier. Just cut, paste, and you're good to go. Export, publish to your preferred platform, and you are done, my friend. Something to keep in mind, when you get in front of the camera, if things don't flow naturally, be patient with yourself. The video that you're watching, we're on about iteration number 15. Admittedly, the main reason for the video that you're watching, the motivation behind it, is simply for me to say, I took the first step. And so in doing this video, the function of it became the content of the video itself. The key is to just get started. Even though this video went from concept to reality in about a week, the idea of it has been years in the making. So if you don't have lights or a studio, really, these are the last things to be worried about. The thing is if you have something to say, either it will find a way to be heard or you will always be wondering what if. Don't do what I did and wait years, just get started. You clicked on this video and chances are you have a story to share that someone needs to hear right